teams. The Suns beat the Lakers all 5 times during the regular season by an average of 14 points. They were 14-point favorites in each of these first 2 games. And look at this. The Lakers come into Phoenix and win the first 2 games. We'll return things to Chicago for the second half. The Bulls leading the Hawks by 7. And we'll get to Marv and Mike at Chicago Stadium after these messages.
This has been the Prudential Halftime Report. Brought to you by the Prudential. Peace of mind. It comes with every piece of the rock.
Welcome back to Chicago Stadium. Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, Ahmad Rashad. Third quarter getting underway. Chicago Bulls 56 and the Atlanta Hawks 49. Bulls won game 1 here on Friday, 114-90, trying to make it a 2-0 lead in the best of 5. And the Hawks hoping to tie the series at 1 for the return back to Atlanta. Here's Armstrong for 3. And back comes Mookie Blaylock. Blaylock saw the opening. Jordan reached in and knocked it away. Another steal for Michael Jordan. Here's Armstrong. Pippen. So Scottie Pippen having a good day. He has 14 points, bouncing back from the poor shooting performance in game 1.
And the league's leader in steals, Michael Jordan, that time does it from behind with the
Stacey Augmon has 9 points. The Bulls by 7. Michael Jordan, 3 steals, 4 blocks, along with his 15 points. Cartwright had it knocked away by Koncak. Augmon with Jordan back. Augmon all the way. He was expecting contact. He actually did get contact, but early in the move. Pippen, yes.
It looked quite obvious to me that Michael Jordan put 2 hands up and actually pushed Stacey Augmon. Now, maybe my angle made my eyes go bad suddenly, but that's the way it looked to me. And Augmon turned to the officials as if to say, were you watching that?
And Augmon now does get the call. Foul by Jordan. That is his second. Well, in the first half, Atlanta only 33% from the field, 17 of 51. Chicago at 49%. Jordan 6 for 14, including that a 3-pointer from center court at the end of the first half. Another halftime statistics. Wilkins for 3 from way out. Koncak on the rebound. Willis. And Willis with 15 points. He and Dominique Wilkins, the high man for Atlanta.
Very unusual to see Kevin Willis with 15 shot attempts in the first half of a basketball game. Same number as Dominique Wilkins.
And the foul is called. It's on Willis, his second. Let's go over to Ahmad Rashad.
All right, Marv, I spoke with Bob Weiss after the halftime, and he said that he kept trying to preach to his team to maintain their composure during the Bulls' runs and keep working on the boards where they've got that advantage, and also to be more patient with their offensive game. Marv?
Well, not patient right there as Armstrong picked it off. A couple of strong runs by Chicago. Armstrong for 3. B.J. Armstrong hits from downtown. He shot 45% from three-point land to lead the NBA. Chris Mullin of Golden State for top honors. Blaylock, that's 2-point range. Wilkins. Dominique on the putback. So the Bulls lead 63 to 55. The runs that Ahmad made reference to by Chicago. They had an 8-0 run. They had a 10-0 run in the second quarter to give them the lead. Grant for Cartwright. Pretty setup from Horace Grant to Bill Cartwright.
It's unusual when you see your big men, your 4 men, power forwards, and the centers, the 5 men, with the ability to do all that interior passing, looking for one another, something that Chicago stresses in its offense.
Biggest lead of the game for Chicago. Blaylock, tough luck with that 3-point attempt. Mookie Blaylock is now 1 for 7 from the field. 3.5 in, third quarter. Jordan backing Blaylock. Jordan stripped. Good play by Blaylock. Grant knocks it away. Cartwright. Yes. The Chicago defense continues to do it. Horace Grant with the steal, leading to the basket by Cartwright. And Atlanta calls for time. Chicago Stadium. As the Bulls now go to the trap, they have extended to their biggest lead of the game, a margin of 12. 4 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Weiss has been upset about the lack of patience with Atlanta's shooting. Koncak on the rebound, and he's hit from behind. Hit by Jordan. That is his third. Ahmad Rashad hanging around the Atlanta bench, just passing on the word that Bobby Weiss, during the course of that last timeout, complained about the lack of patience on the part of his club. Nice tie being worn by Bobby, going with the circular theme. I asked him before the game, is there symbolism involved? And he said, no, we're circling the wagons.
I like another thing that Bobby said prior to the game. 2 adjustments, very minor ones. He wanted to extend his defense a little bit more in game 2. The other thing, which I thought was really unique, he said, I think I over-prepared him. We gave him too much about what Chicago does because they run so much stuff. I may have short-circuited them. They were thinking more than playing in game 1. I wanted more to go out and play on instinct and just make things happen with their emotion in game 2. So we didn't give them a whole lot in yesterday's practice.
Bulls by 11. Jordan and Armstrong in the backcourt. Cartwright, Pippen, and Grant on the front line. Cartwright with the fake, the spin, and the bucket. And Bill Cartwright continues his strong play. He did have a good one in game 1. He is 4 of 6 from the field for 8 points here today.
And another turnover. That one an unforced one. Mookie Blaylock dribbling it off his ankle. And let's give credit to B.J. Armstrong as he hits the jumper for the job he's done on Mookie Blaylock. Because in the first half, Mookie just 1 for 6, 2 points with 5 turnovers at halftime. That was one of the keys for Atlanta to get Mookie Blaylock involved.
Bulls now lead 71-56. Stacey Augmon working hard for that drive. 11 points for Augmon, 71-58, Chicago. Grant at the high post. Pippen played by Koncak. Pippen for Armstrong. Bulls swing it very well. Grant. And knocked out of bounds by Koncak.
Stacey Augmon, a left-handed player, likes to get to the middle of the lane. That time he initiates the contact, keeps his concentration, takes a little punishment, but is rewarded with 2 points. Now, whether or not he feels that only getting 2 is enough, punishment, he probably has something to say about it.
Michael Jordan has 17. Bulls 73, the Hawks 58.
If you are wondering why there are so many second shot attempts by both these teams, you have the best in the league, Chicago at offensive rebounding, and Atlanta number 4 in the league. So they get a lot of second shot opportunities, and they get a lot of steals.
Pippen trying to go all the way, knocked out of bounds. Pippen thought he was fouled. Now Scottie Pippen does have the excellent extension, but no way right here. But that's Pippen on the steal, and watch the move.
Once he takes off and is airborne, he feels that it's a little bit of arm. It's not a little bit of arm. It's a lot of arm that time on Scottie Pippen.
Grant. Bulls get back. Blaylock's pass picked off. Wilkins recovered, and a foul call on the Bulls. It's on Pippen, his 3rd.
Hustling back, good transition defense. Wilkins trying to find the handle. Pippen, who was airborne, lands on Wilkins. That's where the foul is called. He's not real happy. He feels that, no harm, just let it go.
Chicago with 10 steals. Strong move by Stacey Augmon. 10 steals for the Bulls, 3 apiece for Jordan and Armstrong. Bulls lead by 13, 5.5 remaining in the 3rd.
This is what they've been trying to get to, is Jordan against Blaylock, but it looks right now as if Michael's picking and choosing his spots, maybe catching a breath right now, going to other people on offense for Chicago.
John Koncak called for his 3rd. Scottie Pippen will go to the foul line. He is 2 of 2 from the line. Pippen coming back strong, 16 points, 7 of 11 from the floor. It is the philosophy of Bob Weiss. We were talking about this with him earlier, and I would think most coaches in facing the